Do you need to declutter your house, but you're feeling discouraged in your efforts because it's taking too long, or you don't know what can stay and what should go? Know that you're not alone. Watch this video as I'm going to help you gain your momentum back and help you get some big wins to simplify your house and get it ready to sell. Hi there, I'm Megan Proper, a local realtor helping families sell their homes in Huron and Perth County. Here we go with my 5 decluttering tips to help simplify your living space and take back control over your stuff. Tip number 1 is the first and most important step to take control of, which is your mindset. When getting your house ready to sell, you will be purging things that you don't need to go to your next home and things that buyers don't need to be distracted by when viewing your house. I can't count the number of hours most of us, including myself, spend on dusting, organizing, and buying storage bins to organize things that we simply do not need. The easiest way to go about this is going through your things and deciding if it's a yes, you keep it, but if it's not a sure yes, then it becomes a no and you need to get rid of it. Garbage, donation, yard sale, whatever it may be. For example, I have many cookbooks that I've accumulated over the years, and I constantly tell myself that I'm going to use them one day. But in reality, most of my recipes come from my own knowledge or experimentation or inspiration from an online search. So when selling your house, your realtor is going to ask you to remove personal belongings and anything that you don't need on a daily basis while your house is for sale. Take this time to get rid of the things that you don't need in your new home. Shift your mindset and get rid of it. The less stuff that you have, the more time that you have to yourself, the less boxes to move, and the more time spent enjoying your new house and not finding homes for that stuff to sit for another 10 years. Once you're ready to make sure yes decisions, we can move on to tip number 2, which is breaking down big tasks into smaller ones and deciding where to start. This can be overwhelming for some, but let's not look at the whole mountain. Let's look at each step of the staircase leading up to your goal. Picking a room to start with can be good for some, but still overwhelming for others. So instead of saying, I want to clean my office, you can say, I want to clean out my drawer and start by organizing all the pens, paper, or bills. Go around the room and gather them all up in one area so that you can take a real honest look at how many you have and make a decision on what you need to keep in order for your job to function. You can sort out and pick the very best to keep and the rest purge, donate, or sell. If you enjoy starting with room, be sure to stick with it because I personally find myself organizing one room only to move on to the next and to get distracted by something else and then want to organize that in that room, and I'm sure many of you can relate. A tip within this topic is to make sure you're not shoving things in the closet for another day. Buyers viewing your home will open the closets as it's a good selling feature, so make sure that they're clean, well organized, and rid of anything that can showcase the size of the closet. Tip number 3 is for anyone with children. We all know that kids need a lot of stuff throughout the stages of their lives, but there's a few things that you can do to keep the clutter down, such as limiting their toys to a few bins. For example, my daughter has 2 wicker baskets that hold all her toys, excluding, a few things such as her play table and a few larger items. But when those 2 bins fill, that's her limit for toys. Kids are allowed to be bored once in a while. It triggers their imagination to get creative. So when she has a birthday or Christmas, I like to go through her things when she's away and donate or sell any toys that she has outgrown or doesn't use anymore. Another tip moms have shared with me is toy rotation. So when your child gets a lot of toys at the same time, store some away to bring out at a later time, as well as rotating toys every month or so. That way the children are excited to play with them again. This gives you time to sort through toys that they don't use anymore, as well as keeping your children stimulated on the same toys throughout the months. Tip number 4 is our sentimental items, and this can be a touchy topic for some as we like to put memories to objects, which is perfectly fine. But that object has to still continue to give us joy, and we need to differentiate a sentimental memory with someone gifting something to us. If you have a book or Christmas decor that you get out every year and that you read to your kids each season or was passed down each generation that holds value, of course, keep that. But if Uncle Joe, who you see twice a year, gifted you a Christmas plate that you're only holding on to because you think he's going to wonder where it is next Christmas, what value is that bringing you? If you're really torn, work through these items and put them in a box, properly labeled with the contents and the date you organize them. If you come back in 3 to 6 months and haven't used them or even given a second thought of using them in the future, it's safe to assume that you could most likely donate those items. You also need to envision where these items will be placed or stored in your new home. So don't waste time and energy packing and moving it just for it to be stored in the basement again. My tip number 5 for decluttering quicker or preventing the need to declutter is organize and label. When things each have a home, it's easier for us to see when we have an abundance of one thing, such as linens and towels. If they're scattered around, you will lose them and just buy another one. Designate one area for them, and if you want to upgrade your current ones, you can donate them to a pet shelter and know exactly how many more you need or do not need. Being proactive on your day-to-day cleaning and decluttering can make the home selling process easier when you're ready to sell. If you're looking for a free home evaluation or more specific tips on how to get your home decluttered and sold, reach out to me and let's chat. You can find my contact information in the description below, and I'm looking forward to helping you and your family get your home sold the proper way.